You're watching the 2023 SCAC Fall Media Days. Today, we're taking a dive into the University of St. Thomas women's soccer program. The Celts will be led as they head into the season under the guidance of Head Coach Taki Stewart, along with leadership from junior defender Hannah Zuniga. Coach, Hannah, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Coach, we'll get started with you. A homecoming of sorts for you as you take over the reins there at St. Thomas as the head coach of this women's soccer program, a campus that you're familiar with, having played there as a student athlete and now back in the role of head coach. How has that transition gone over the last couple months or so for you and your family as you embark on this new journey? And what has you've learned with this team and gotten to know them has you very excited heading into this season?
Yeah, no, it's as I said, it's been a blessing for us to be back at UST. This is also an institution that I played, as you said, but also where I met my wife. So it's a very, very special place, and going back now and even seeing how people have grown up, gone up the administrative ladder. Even people in custodial are still there, still recognize me from when I was a student. So that brings a lot of joy. What has gotten me very excited about this group is that I had the privilege of having them for about 2 months in the spring, and we have to embrace what have happened in terms of results in the past. But I can tell you what I've learned about the returning group is that they're hungry and they desire more, not just on the field, but off the field as well.
Hannah, heading into your junior season, preseason is always an exciting time when you're welcoming a bunch of new faces, so whether it's first years or transfers into the program, and obviously Coach Stewart bringing in excitement in his first year coming back to St. Thomas. Sort of take me through your mindset coming through this preseason. What are you excited about, and what has unfolded here early and in the returns of preseason that gives you confidence heading into the year?
Yeah, no, preseason is always super exciting for me because it's around the time where I'm itching to come back. I don't live in Houston in the summer. I'm over in Austin, so when it's preseason, it's time for me to get back in Houston and get going. Soccer is just something that's super fun outside of school, so I'm always itching to start it up. This preseason specifically is super exciting for me because Coach Taki has brought in a bunch of new great athletes from all over, and this is the 1 year in my 3 years that I feel like we have a very, very, very strong incoming class as well as transfers. And so I think it has pushed me and all returners even more to their kind of uncomfortable spots that they're not used to. And it was like just right into it from the get-go. And I loved that. And so seeing the preseason before we started was really exciting because it was a little preview of our team, how the coaching's going to be, how it's going to be like. And I was ready for it. I was all ready for it. I liked everything I saw, everyone I saw, and I was ready. I was looking at the calendar, waiting for the start date.
Coach, you talked about the importance of the time that you got to spend with the team in the spring, and obviously having that translate and carry over here into preseason. What have been some of the early messages, the early themes that you've really tried to implement within this program as you put your fingerprints on this women's soccer team, heading into the start of this 2023 year?
So the big parts for us is, our cultural values, the way we want to operate on and off the field, and who we want to be moving forward, and what it means, not just to attend UST, but the privilege of wearing the shirt. And I get emotional when I speak of that because I understand fully as a Celt what that means, and instilling that in the players, whether they're from 30 minutes down the road or 30 hours on a flight, embracing what it means to be a Celt and create a family-oriented environment that makes them feel home away from home. Because as a parent myself, I understand that these players are their parents' most prized possessions. So we have to make sure that we're not just setting them up for success on the field, but it's a 40-year plan for me. 40 years from now, what kind of life these young ladies would be living. So that's a big part for us. The soccer, they can play, that's why they're here. But setting them for success, setting them up for success after this is very, very important for us.
And from a soccer standpoint, you've been a big part of this program really since day one, getting to campus there in Houston. You've started 23 of the 29 matches that you've played in, and certainly have made an impact. I'm interested now, as you shift it into your junior year, first year as an upperclassman, and especially with the incoming excitement of Coach Taki, how have you seen your role change with this team, specifically in terms of a leadership role, understanding, the flow of a season, understanding the ups and downs, and how have you taken what you've gained in experience and try and use that towards, being a leader within this program?
Yeah, I would say for freshman year, it was a little less responsibility for me as freshman, just because when I was getting used to everyone, the campus and everything. And so I had amazing upperclassmen, because the family culture in the team has always been very great for my first year, second year, and even now. So I had a very great upperclassman to kind of help me move around the school, especially with handling soccer, because I think that's the biggest thing for incoming is like, it is a lot. It's more soccer than when you usually have for club, high school. It's an everyday thing. So that was definitely something that we all have to learn. And I had a great upperclassman to kind of help guide me through that through my freshman year. Sophomore year, it was very similar. I kind of got the hang of it. I had already been at the school for a year. I knew what the coach wanted at the time and kind of how the preseason looked. For this year, it is a little bit different, just because I am now an upperclassman, like you said. But I'm now also getting used to the coaching, because this is my first time with Taki as well. So is everyone else on the team, which is, I think, really nice, is like everyone is starting fresh. Everyone starts here and we will be growing together. It's not a who started here, we were here first, and how, like Taki has said many times, doesn't matter if you're a returner, a freshman, a transfer, everyone, this is their first season here at UST under Coach Taki, and this is our first season. And I think that really helps, me as a leader, to know where everyone is at and what everyone needs as a support system, just because, I have that experience for campus. I can help when it comes to school, it comes to like managing and everything. But when it comes to soccer, we're all here together learning every day as we go. But it has been really great to kind of help. Like, I love helping. So anytime anyone has a question, I'm there. I'm not on campus anymore, but I'm there. I spend most of my time there anyways. And so I'm always like, I'm ready for questions. And really, I think it's great. Like, people are really trying to balance this soccer and school thing, because no one really masters it. It's something that just like you kind of just get used to. I don't think there's a right and wrong way. It's just what works for you. So I think it's really nice to get to know the people, the teammates and the girls and everything, because everyone's so different. And I have seen so many different players throughout my years. And this year I am super excited for the girls that are coming in, because they are super sweet and they are monsters on the field. So love it.
Coach, you can hear the excitement in Hannah's voice, and just hearing her talk about everybody being on the same page heading into your first season. As you've kind of thought about the way you'd like to see this year unfold, you only get one chance at a first year, and laying that foundation and starting to build this program. This season is successful if what plays out for you. What are you looking from this group over the course of the next couple of months as they come together here in your first season as their head coach?
I'll preface my answer by saying this is my third head coaching job, and all three situations have been the same in terms of me coming into a program that is waiting for some level of success on the field, and for me, there's a blueprint, right? But the game has always been evolving and changing, and so we as a staff and team has to change as we go along. But I'll say we're hosting the SCAC tournament, and our goal or standard right away is to make sure we're playing in that tournament. That's the bare minimum. And once you have a ticket, you have a chance, because postseason is like a different league. It's a different part of the year where you could be the 4th seed and win the tournament. It doesn't matter. So for us, right away, right off the bat, is at the end of the season, we want to make sure we're giving our kids the best possible chance to compete for titles.
And finally, Hannah, wrapping things up with you, as you've had conversations with your teammates and sort of taken inventory looking ahead to this season, what are some of the goals that you have, not only for yourself personally, but for the team as well? And what will be key in this group accomplishing those goals and getting to the mountaintop?
Yeah, biggest goal is not being ball girls at that SCAC championship. We will be in playing those games. But no, I mean, that's obviously the really big one. We're playing for something. We're not just here to play. Every year we get really close. We're like right there at the end, but we're not in the 4. So this year we will be. And I think everyone can agree with that. Returners, transfers, I know people who want their first year to get a ring. And so I think that's one of our biggest goals, but there's always little goals that you kind of have to accomplish to get to that one. And I would say biggest thing is we just play. We got to play together. We got to play as one cohesive team and family. We always accomplish, for the team that I've been here, we always accomplish the family part. And I think the last key is to get that on the field and get that to the championship. And I really think that Coach Taki and the coaching staff can get us there, because we already have that drive as players. Returners for sure have that drive. We are tired of getting that 5th seed, that 6th seed, where it's like just right there. Like, right, if we would have had that one goal, that one win, we could have had it. Like, we are sick and tired of it. So I know that returners for sure have that fire under them. And I know transfers and incoming freshmen are just excited and gonna hop on, just because I said everyone's on the same page and everyone will get there. And I really do believe that Coach Taki, the coaching staff, and us as well can get us there. So that's my biggest goal, is to play together these season games that are leading up, not only get those wins and those points, but to get experience and kind of figure out how everyone plays, how one player plays with another, how one's more comfortable with the other, maybe needs to play another. Like, I'm just excited to see all that growth on the field, so that when it comes to the championship, and we are playing, it is in our favor.
University of St. Thomas women's soccer program. Again, the Celts will be led as they head into the season. Other guys, the head coach Taki Stewart, along with the leadership from junior defender Hannah Zuniga. Coach Hannah, thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck as you head into the season and open up play against ETBU on September 1st.
Thank you so much, Russell.
Yeah.
All right.